TLC.
Fighting forces with a night of all new.
Get ready!
Let's do it! Welcome to another blood-curdling episode of Robotica. I'm Ahmet Zappa, and with me, as always, is the Robot Queen. All hail the Robot Queen, Tanya Memme.
Yeah, thanks. Joining us on our continuing quest to find the ultimate robot competitor, and as you know, to be the best, you must master the 3 S's: speed, strength, and strategy. The robot with the best combination will take home the top Robotica honors and a gold medal.
To get to the gold, they'll have to smash through the gauntlet, a racetrack with attitude. Tame the mighty labyrinth, an obstacle course that eats robots for breakfast, and survive the fight to the finish, a no-holds-barred street fight where anything goes. It's time to get it on. Let's meet our first competitors. Now, entering the arena, they say sharks will eat anything, and this one smells robot blood in the water. It's the 170-pound feeding frenzy, Fantastic. This 3-wheel design is a true Frankenbot of recycled parts, from its old propane tank frame down to the spandex pants connecting the body to the tail.
And Fantastic's handler is Edward Robinson.
Fantastic was designed specifically for Robotica, just when you thought it was safe to be a robot.
We could tell you Ed's a shoo-in to win the fight to the finish, but that might be a lot to swallow. Especially because his training is as a circus performer.
Oh, look at that, I'm a half a quart low.
Ed lives here in fabulous Las Vegas. Well, not here, but here in this motorhome where he has dedicated his life to building robots.
People think I'm nuts. I go into the store and they go, oh, that's that crazy robot guy.
Lucky for Ed, he found the perfect job to support his habit, working in a junkyard.
I love my job. It's legal vandalism. I get to destroy stuff and I actually get paid for it.
But there's another perk to working for a scrapyard: an endless supply of cheap robot parts.
All my robots I build out of the junk I find in the piles.
One person's junk is Ed's treasure. And best of all, we're talking rock bottom prices.
This motor right here will probably cost me 75 cents by weight. It's probably about a $200 gear motor.
It was parts from this scrapyard that brought Fantastic to life. From its propane tank chassis to its pair of 90-volt, 1 3/4 horsepower industrial gear motors, actually recycled from an old pizza oven. But here's what makes the robot really unusual. With a little help from his friends, Ed has given Fantastic a unique steering system.
We've taken 2 wheels on the front and 1 wheel on the back that swivels, and it's on a swivel caster.
But will this make Ed's robotic warrior easier to maneuver in the tight corridors of the gauntlet?
It's a fantastic robot.
When it comes to Robotica, this circus performer isn't clowning around.
Intense.
So competitors, beware.
I want to kick your butt.
And his opponent, armed for battle, armored for action, and coming to a gauntlet near you, it's Scary. This 210-pound armored bug features a pneumatic lifting arm capable of hoisting 5 times its own weight. The box frame is protected by a Lexan shell, and the drivetrain is powered by 4 24-volt motors.
And this bad bug was created by Martin Calson.
Scarab is a strong, heavy robot designed and built using engineering principles we refer to as brute force and ignorance.
Martin Calson has brains, patience, and drive. He also has something more important: some disposable income. And a great group of friends to help him spend it.
There's always some sort of geeky challenge that we're up against, and this was just another one.
Thanks to Martin's lucrative day job as a Microsoft programmer, his team works in the Calson's fully outfitted, state-of-the-art Seattle workshop nestled in 5 acres of woodlands.
Rowan found the house on the internet. She says, look at this. Yeah, I looked at the picture of the house. I hate it. It looks awful. She says it's got a 36 by 48 foot shop with a 9-inch concrete slab under it. I love it. We'll take it.
Scarab was built to stand apart from his wedge-based competitors.
Wedges are for wimps. We wanted a completely different design.
So to gain the edge against the wedge, the team custom-built Scarab's steering system.
And if we can smooth out the driving, make for a controllable robot, then we can concentrate on strategy.
Using his programming expertise, Martin designed a heads-up virtual reality control system that's tied into a joystick to control his robot. The controller takes the switch out of the turns, allowing for better torque and better traction means more pushing power, baby. In short, Martin plans to bully his opponents into submission, but he knows that even with a great steering system, it's a rocky road to success. Looks like Scarab's got to go back into the shop before he's ready to face Fantastic. Two very tough customers. Well, they better be, because they're about to meet the meanest shop owner on the block, old Mr. Gauntlet, and he goes like this. Two bots start here. They take off traveling in opposite directions. Along the way, they smash headfirst through these four walls. First, it's wood, then weighted cans. Then, before they can clear their heads, it's a brick wall, and finally, cement blocks bar their way. They'll pick up 10 points for each wall passed, but that's only the beginning here, people. They've got to get by one another and down the other side of the track. They'll receive 5 points for each rubble pile successfully navigated, but that's not all. When they reach the starting area, they must climb this ramp and enter the forest of glass and start breaking stuff. I love that. First guy up gets 10 points, his follower gets 5. The robot that breaks the final piece of glass picks up an extra 15 points and ends the game. Now, before we turn these techno troublemakers loose, let's go down to our science correspondent, Dan Dankneck, and get a better idea of what they're facing.
Amit, in order to tame the gauntlet, you really have to be fearless. These cement blocks are a gut check for drivers. They look very intimidating, but they're actually not as difficult as the bricks. The trick here is for drivers not to flinch and drive right through them. Drivers that are already timid or having control issues are going to have a lot of trouble with this obstacle. Back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Fantastic will be driven on the left track by Ed Robinson, and Scarab will be bolting down the right side, controlled by Martin Kelson. The gauntlet is ready for action. Hope our robots are. Let's find out.
Robots ready.
Scarab powers through the wood, and the cans go flying, baby. Fantastic keeping pace on the other side of the track. Scarab trying to work himself free. Look at it. And he's around turn one. Fantastic just swimming in a sea of cans. Scarab through the bricks now. Beautiful. And he powers through the blocks. Halfway point for Scarab. Fantastic, still stuck in the cans.
Amit, two-wheel designs are very hard to steer. He's having trouble around that first turn.
Looks like Scarab stole the concrete blocks from Fantastic. Now he's moving in on the bricks. And the shark swims right under Scarab.
As wide as Fantastic is, that's the only way to pass each other on the straightaway.
Fantastic's really moving now. He seems to have those steering problems under control. And now Scarab having problems of his own once again on the cans.
Amit, I'm surprised Scarab hasn't had more trouble. He's running very fast, and it's going to catch up to him. Like, every time he changes direction, his wheels leave the ground.
He's back at the starting line, and Scarab's up the ramp. He's busting the glass. Man, is he fast. Fantastic lining up to take on the ramp. Come on, Fantastic, get up there. So close, so close. And Scarab defends his territory. All right, Fantastic's up the ramp. And Scarab drives right off the side. What a mistake, he was going too fast. This is now Fantastic's to win. Oh no! The worst has happened. Scarab was off the side. It was Fantastic's to take, and the shark couldn't handle it. Right off the platform himself, dead in the water.
And look at Fantastic's tail, Amit. It's a completely unpowered caster wheel. It's just flailing behind the robot.
Scarab is really stuck there, and Fantastic just thrashing like a fish out of water. Both bots are trying to get back on the platform. There's 15 points just waiting for them, and time is running out. This is painful to watch. 3 panes of glass between these bots and the bonus points.
They're both firing the pneumatics, trying to work themselves back onto the platform. Scarab was just too fast. He drove right off. And Ed Robinson, well, those steering problems really came back to haunt him.
It looks like the final pane is going to go unbroken. We got the clock running down. Both bots were in sight of the finish, but they cost themselves the points. And there's the buzzer. It's going to come down to a scoring match. Who got more, Fantastic or Scarab? And it's Scarab with 75 points over Fantastic with 60 points. All right, let's check in with Tanya, who's down with the winner.
All right, here we have Martin representing Scarab. Martin, how you doing?
Doing fine.
You just won.
Fantastic.
Okay, so now Scarab had a lot of speed and power going into the race. What was your strategy?
Strategy was to keep speed and power under control, because that's what makes the bots hard to control, is all that speed, and it's easy to hit things you don't aim at.
That's true. But how'd you feel when this hammerhead shark is coming on behind you? Did you panic?
We've been worrying about him from the moment we saw him, because that blade is long and low, and it's a very powerful robot. So,
And he looked quite nasty, didn't he?
quite nasty. He's got the same motors we have, and close to the same weight, so it was close matching. So we're going to have a hard time in the labyrinth with him, too, but
Okay.
we'll give it a go.
Give us a little explanation of what happened in the final part of the race.
We fell.
You fell.
We
What
fell
happened there, though? I mean, how did you actually fall?
We got a little bit too much speed and didn't stop like we should have. Went over the edge, and I think we fried some pieces, but we brought spares, so we should be okay.
Good luck.
All right, thank
Great
you.
job.
Let's take one more look from the Scarab cam. Martin Carlson abandoned his virtual driving goggles because this view is so disorienting, and yet he still drove off the platform.
Coming up, two more bots take on the gauntlet. Tack, Attack, and Flexi Flyer go head-to-head. Then, later, the Labyrinth makes a powerful point, a whole field of them, to be precise, when Robotica returns. Welcome back, my lovelies. I hope you grabbed the appropriate snack, maybe some salted nuts and bolts, perhaps?
Here's how the score stands. With the first gauntlet behind us, Scarab leads Fantastic 75-60.
Now, entering the arena, choose your poison, people, because this bot's got it all. 3 lethal weapons guard this empty box. It's Tack, Attack. The 6-wheel design sports a hinge suspension that can raise and lower to compensate for rough terrain. But let's talk about weapons. An overhead whacking arm, a pneumatic lifting fork, and a punching arm puts opponents in their place.
And Tack, Attack is the brainchild of Don Gibson.
Our robot is Tack, Attack. We have the speed, agility, and power to get round this course. We'll see you in the fight to the finish.
When it came to building Tack, Attack, Don not only learned a lot about robots, he also learned more about his teammate, his son, Doug.
Doug is a very creative little guy. He's got lots of ideas, and he keeps bubbling those up.
Doug dreamed up their robot's elaborate weapon system. A flipper, a whacker, and a punching ram.
My dad just had some parts in a workshop that looked like what the weapons are in the robot, so just thought, hey, that'd be a neat weapon.
Tack Attack's punching rams are driven by 600 psi of compressed carbon dioxide. But Don isn't just letting his son help build the robot, he's also letting him drive it. Doug's hand-eye coordination is exceptional after years of playing video games.
Video games have helped me just drive the robot. My hands are a lot faster, a lot quicker reaction time.
To take advantage of Doug's driving skills, Don equipped their robot with a nimble, compound steering system.
I designed the steering to be a combination of tank steering and automotive steering.
This ingenious combo gives Doug superior steering control for every Robotica challenge. But Don didn't stop there. His ultimate design achievement is this: Tack Attack's custom-made gearboxes. They make his articulated suspension possible. He can rumble over any kind of terrain, not to mention shrug off enemy lifting weapons.
Somebody coming along and lifting up this robot with another flipper or lifting ram of some kind isn't going to do too much, because I leave all 4 wheels on the ground.
Do Don and Doug have enough father-son synergy to emerge as Robotica champs? Time will tell. But for the moment, they're just enjoying their quality time together.
Right now, I think my goal is just to have fun.
And his opponent, he's a 210-pound marvel that uses an articulated body to keep his tires where the rubber meets the road. He's the sexy Flexi Flyer. Flexi Flyer's chassis pivots down the middle, allowing tires to remain on the ground no matter how tough the terrain. The two halves can also lock for combat, putting full power behind that nasty electric lifting arm.
And Flexi Flyer is the creation of Michael Konchak.
Flexi Flyer is my name. Robotica is my game. Through other bots and rocks and bricks, I can do all sorts of tricks.
Mike is new to robot combat, but just like everything else he's taken on, it becomes a passion.
My wife calls me OD. I always go way beyond what normal people would do.
Mike's obsessive nature has paid off in the past when he became one of the country's top motorcycle racers. Yet after a series of injuries, he wanted to compete in something less dangerous, but just as exciting. That's when he discovered robotics.
It kind of was the culmination of everything that I've been building up to and the things that I've learned.
But paying for his new venture has required a painful sacrifice.
I'm funding my robot project by selling off my motorcycles. I've sold off about half the motorcycles so far.
So, out with the old and in with the new. Mike has made FlexiFlyer one mean machine, because he built it out of the same hardy materials he put into his racing bikes, like this 4130 chrome moly steel tubing.
It's thin-walled, and it's 2.5 times stronger than regular steel. And because of that, you can use a lighter gauge tubing to build your frame.
To smash through the glass obstacles of the labyrinth, Mike even armed his robot with a chrome moly antenna.
It's very springy, but with the momentum of the robot hitting the glass at various heights from 30 inches down, should be able to break the glass.
But what really sets FlexiFlyer apart is the feature that inspired its name. Its one-of-a-kind articulating frame. The two halves of the robot are joined by one axle, which pivots to allow FlexiFlyer to keep all four wheels on the ground over all kinds of terrain.
Basically, it's an off-road robot.
This is one bot that won't easily be swept off its feet.
Even if someone was to lift up one of my corners of the robot, I would still be able to drive off them or through them or over them.
Mike is a champ who's used to being on top, and if his winning confidence carries over to Robotica, he can end up being king of the hill once again. And here's where FlexiFlyer is about to test his mettle. It's called the Gauntlet, and it goes like this. Smash through 4 tough walls for 10 points apiece, slip past your opponent and all his rubble for 20 more. Make shards of the forest of glass and be the one to break the last pane to pick up 15 more, and you've run the Gauntlet. This time around, Tack Attack Attack will be tearing up the left side of the course, piloted by Don Gibson's son, Doug, while FlexiFlyer will be flying up the right track, controlled by Mike Konchak. Everyone's in position. There's only one thing left to do.
Robots ready.
FlexiFlyer bolts off the line, 2 walls down and around his first turn. Tack Attack Attack is taking a much more deliberate approach here. FlexiFlyer flies into the bricks. Look at that body flex right up the rail. He's now at the halfway point. Tack Attack Attack is moving slowly through the cans, still working his way around the first turn.
He's actually running backwards, Ahmet. He had ground clearance concerns, so he added that rear Lexan plow.
And FlexiFlyer is coming the other way, almost over the rail. Look at that. And right over Tack Attack Attack. Nice.
Ahmet, that's a perfect use of his design. He flexed right over his opponent.
Tack Attack Attack still slowly plowing along, but FlexiFlyer with a solid lead right now.
Flexi's having a little trouble there with the cans. He's having to work himself loose.
He's back at the starting line. Tack Attack Attack is playing catch-up right now, desperate to get some points. Here goes FlexiFlyer up the ramp through the middle. It's glass breaking time, baby. Nice. You can see Tack Attack Attack at the halfway point, still struggling. Doug Gibson may be young, but he's showing an impressive effort here.
Ahmet, FlexiFlyer is much more controlled right now. He knows he doesn't have that rail to protect him anymore, and he can't afford to go off the edge.
Oh, glass shatters right onto Tack Attack Attack's head. That's gotta hurt, baby. FlexiFlyer with 2 more panes to go.
He's not taking any chances right now, Ahmet. He knows this game is his to take. He's using tight steering and very short movements.
And now for the bonus pane. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The gauntlet is over. And FlexiFlyer takes it. Great driving. Here's the score. It's FlexiFlyer with 90 points over Tack Attack Attack with 40.
Although FlexiFlyer's geometry almost bounced him out of the arena, he ultimately recaptured control and took the final pane of glass.
Let's go down to Tanya, who's standing by with the winner.
All right, here we have Mike and his team representing FlexiFlyer. Now, you switched from motorcycle racing to building robots. What a great choice. It looks like it paid off.
Oh, yeah. Now everything else is getting busted up instead of me.
Yeah. And I know that FlexiFlyer has a lot of speed behind it, but you didn't really show off too much in this round. Why
Well,
not?
it's really unusual for a racer to want to have to slow down, but my team kept giving me signals to, keep my pace slower and be in more control.
Okay. Another thing that you did, you just plowed right over the other robot. Did you know that you were going to do that?
Well, we had a pretty good idea. We were concerned about the protrusions on the top of the robot, but and it looked like they were handling the bricks pretty well.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty safe. But you saw that one point I almost went outside the arena, which meant I would have been disqualified. So I was able to rein it back in and try to hit him again one more time.
I saw that. So tell us a little bit about the design and how that helped you overcome
Well, I
that
tried to
obstacle.
look at in motorcycle racing or any other type of racing type experience was to build something that could go over obstacles and weird terrain, which Robotica has some pretty weird terrain here. So I wanted something that would keep the wheels on the ground, keep getting traction, not get hung up, because you never know what you guys are going to throw at us.
You won 90-40 in this round. How does that make you feel going into the next
really?
round?
We know the score. Oh, that's
90-40, they just found out right now. Pretty good, huh? What a good-looking team. Look at you guys.
Hey,
we need to just stand a little closer here and just get in with
We're
you.
really not this good looking.
All right, good job, you guys.
Thanks.
So with the gauntlet dead and buried, Fantastic Trails Scarab 60-75, and Tack Attack Attack Trails FlexiFlyer 40-90. Coming up, these boys will take a dance through the labyrinth, and those who survive will risk it all as they fight to the finish. Stay tuned. Robotica. Robotica's back, and it's mad.
Here's how the scores look after the gauntlet. It's Scarab leading Fantastic 75-60, while FlexiFlyer leads Tack Attack Attack 90-40.
Hey, Dan, how are things looking down there after the pounding they took in the last event?
Well, we're going to come here into the pit and see what happened in that last fight. Martin, see-through robot, can you see what the problem was out there?
Well, the easy part is we've got a couple of bent-up forks, and we'll solve that the easy way by just hacking them off.
Right, good.
The big worry is the controller.
The speed controller.
The speed controller, yep.
Now, a speed controller is the device that moderates power to the motors. It takes raw battery power and gives you proportional control, so you can steer or use enormous amounts of torque to push your opponents or obstacles around the arena. Now, you're just going to investigate that speed controller?
We don't know that it's broken, but toward the end of the match, right after we fell off the side, I didn't have positive control over it anymore. It's kind of doing what it wanted.
Got it. Now, did you bring any spares?
Brought a spare.
That's
one
great
spare, so we better not bust it up in the next one.
Great planning. All right, well, good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Let's see what's going on with Fantastic. Guys, that was Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
But I've got to ask, who was driving the tail out there when it was flopping all around?
I was having fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
I knew I'd lost. I knew the match was over.
Okay.
Give him a show.
Well, can you show us under the hood here a little bit? What's going
Sure, I
on
have to move
inside?
my girlfriend's spandex. This is what she looks like on the inside. This is our oil slick secret weapon.
Okay, it looks like a baby bottle
It's
to
a
me.
baby bottle with a Cadillac windshield washer motor.
That's great. So those parts available just about anywhere. You can
Any
replace
scrapyard,
them.
yes.
Great. And how do you get a shark to look like a robot or a robot to look like a shark?
The frame itself was designed for Robotica. That's why it's got the high wheelbase.
Right.
And the reason it's round is so things don't sit on top of it.
Oh, that's
And it
very
just, when I
clever.
finished drawing it out, it ended up looking like a shark.
So you won't accumulate debris in the gauntlet.
Exactly.
Excellent. That's it for now. Back to you, Amit.
Thanks, Dan. Fantastic may have come up short in the gauntlet, but we're about to play a very different game. We call it the Labyrinth, and it goes something like this. Hit it, boys. The bots begin on this turntable. Once they're out, they must destroy 6 glass walls as fast as they can. The only thing stopping them are 6 deadly challenges. The tougher the challenge, the more points the glass wall is worth. To begin, a 253-pound box and a field of stabbing spikes block your way. Get past these and you've picked up 15 points apiece. Next, a pneumatic flip ramp and a wobbly suspension bridge. Negotiate these and 20 points apiece are yours. And finally, a sand pit and steel cargo rollers guard these 25-pointers. When all 6 walls are broken, these gates will unlock, revealing the 7th wall. The robot to break the glass here picks up 30 points and ends the almighty evil Labyrinth.
As if they didn't didn't have enough on their minds, our builders will have one more challenge to contend with. And that challenge comes with 2 beady red eyes. We call them the Robotica Rats. And they'll do everything they can to keep the bots right off their toes.
That's how it goes. Do anything less, and you'll be watching the fight to the finish from home. For added protection, we've added safety gates to keep the action where it belongs.
Let's go down to Dan Danknick, who's standing labyrinth side. Dan, you know how this works. Now, who has the advantage here and why?
Tanya, Fantastic has the traction to go anywhere he wants to in the labyrinth. The question is, does he have the control? Scarab has more precision, but is also a bit top-heavy, which makes the wrecking balls a real danger. You want to go fast to get over the rollers, but the harder you hit the wrecking balls, the harder they hit back, and they could knock Scarab over. Neither of these robots has a self-righting mechanism, so if one ends up on his back, it's all over. Back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And here they are, Fantastic and Ed Robinson, looking to make up some points on Martin Carlson and Scarab.
Come, boys. Let's not keep the labyrinth waiting, shall we?
Robots ready.
Fantastic is the one with points to make up, and he is out first. Scarab stuck in the turntable. He's having some steering problems. And Fantastic at the speed bumps. He's heading in the opposite corner. He may be going for the sandpit here. Scarab is out. He is free, and he's headed for the spikes. Bingo! 15 points are his, and he's back across the spikes. No problem. Fantastic is going for the sand. Now those big wheels should get him through. But look, see, it looks like he's stuck there. He's going to have to use his tail. And Scarab's headed for the bridge right now, and he's over the bridge. And he gets another 20 points are his. 2 obstacles down. Fantastic is through the sand, and he's at the glass.
Ahmed, his only chance is to keep whacking at it with that flimsy rod.
Dan, that just looks funny to me. He's doing the kooky dance, and he's not breaking the glass. Scarab looks like he may be heading back through the turntable. No. He's chickening out. He's turning around. Fantastic is still at the glass of the sandpit. He seems to have a bent fishing pole. Scarab still rollers right across, no problem. There's the Scarab cam as he comes back out of the rollers. And right through the wrecking ball. Fantastic has given up on the sand now, and he's decided to go for the flip ramp. Oh, and the ramp sends him right back to the beach. Ouch! What's this? Do we have a confrontation? Make it so. Nope. They back away. Fantastic up the ramp. Oh, he gets flipped. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Ed Robinson, he knows it's over. There's no getting out of this one.
You know, Amit, we never got to see that oil slick in action either.
The shark was bested by the ramp, Dan. Now, Scarab has the labyrinth all to himself. He's going after the box, and he is pushing it with ease.
And there you see a close-up of that pneumatic piston that drives Fantastic's wedge.
And Scarab picks up 15 more. Good driving by Scarab. Well, because Fantastic is disabled and he's blocking the glass, he's going to lose the points that it's worth. 20 in this case, and Ed Robinson is not happy about it at all. Just the sand left for Scarab. Scarab blows right past the rat. Look at that. Now he's going after the sand. Looks a little hesitant. Backing up. He's changed his mind. He's lining up for the ramp. There's the rat trying to get in his way. What's he waiting for? Oh, back in the sand. And he takes the glass. Scoring himself 25 easy points. He handles it like a pro. And it's just down to Scarab and that rat. Martin Carlson is running this by the book.
Driver error took Scarab out of the gauntlet, and Martin does not want to repeat that mistake. He's dialed back his speed, and he's taking no chances.
One of the rats seems to be disabled. He's blocking the starting gate. And there's the siren. Scarab is free to go after the final pane, and the red rat is making things hard for him. Sorry, Fantastic. You know I love you, but you're out of the race. And that disabled rat is going to cause problems. After all, how is Scarab going to get through? He goes for it. Oh, it's a logjam at the gate. There's not enough room. Scarab's bashing that rat. Destroy the rat, Scarab. Hey, Scarab takes it. Look at that. Now Scarab's doing
doing the kooky dance. Ah, yes, victory's so sweet.
And the score is Scarab taking the Labyrinth with 130 points, and Fantastic blocking a 20-point obstacle finishes with negative 20.
Fantastic's two-wheel design was just too hard to steer, and he paid the price. Scarab was able to stay upright through the wrecking ball, and that helped him to a solid win.
Tanya's got the winner with her right now. Tanya?
Hey, everyone, here we have Martin Carlson and his team representing Scarab. Great job.
Thank you very much.
What was your favorite part of the Labyrinth?
When it was over.
When it was
So
over.
when it was over. That was nerve-wracking. We actually picked a couple obstacles we weren't even going to try. So we were real worried about them. And
Yes, you're a little sweaty there, I can tell.
yeah, wow, that was more work than I've done in a while, short of building a bot.
So what obstacles did you think that Scarab was going to have to...
We were really worried about the bridge. So the bridge has big gaps on either
bridge.
side and just a little bit of steering error, and you're pretty much stuck.
Okay. The wrecking balls didn't stop you either.
The wrecking balls we were worried about, and I cranked up the robot a little bit, but
You
we got
did?
through it. Yeah.
And you didn't even bother fighting with the shark, I noticed.
Didn't need to. We both decided that it was all about the points, and we wanted to get as much as we could and fight with the maze and not each other.
Can't wait to see you in the fight to the finish.
Me neither. Thank you.
We'll see you there.
When we come back, Tack, Attack, Attack, and Flexi Flyer take a run through the Labyrinth. And later, it's the fight to the finish.
Don't move an inch. I'll know if you do. Robotica. Fear not, my little Robotica babies. We have returned, and we've brought the gift of entertainment. Delight in the destruction of high-tech machinery. Revel at the ravaging of radio-controlled robots.
Here's how the score stands. After the gauntlet, it's Flexi Flyer with 90 points over Tack, Attack, Attack with 40. Let's go down to Dan Danknick, who's standing behind the pits with Tack, Attack, Attack and Flexi Flyer right now.
Dan, how's it looking down there, my friend?
Thanks, Amit. Well, let's go check out the Flexi Flyer and learn its secrets. Mike, great show out there. Cool robot, but where did you get the idea from?
Hey, I watched the very first series of Robotica, and I saw all sorts of problems that everybody was having, and I tried through all the issues that I saw. This is the culmination of everything I felt needed would be able to win Robotica.
That's wonderful. So you designed a robot to meet the variable threats of the competition with a variable geometry robot.
Oh yeah, I think this type of thing was really necessary, where you'd be able to flex and go over the different rocks and bricks and other robots.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you're not going to believe this, but this articulated frame is actually mimicked in a competition over here. So let's check this robot out. Now, if we lift this up, you'll see the secret. Articulation on these rear drive pods as well. So tell us a little bit about how this works.
Same kind of idea as FlexiFly. In fact, we have a central axle right down the center here.
Right.
The gearboxes are taking the power from one motor and delivering it to the two wheels on each side. And the reason for this is it allows us to climb objects and really rough grounds quite easily.
Great, that's fantastic. I have a feeling it's going to work out really well for you in the Labyrinth.
I hope so. We still have a ground clearance problem.
All right, well, hopefully you'll have some time to deal with that. Back to you, Amit.
All that planning ain't worth a thing if you can't get the points. Check it out. 6 panes of glass guarded by 6 tough challenges. Break as many as you can before your bot calls it quits. 15 points for each box and the bridge, 20 apiece for the spikes and the flip ramp, and a big 25 for the steel rollers and the sand. Get through all 6 of them, and this gate unlocks, revealing a 7th. 30 points go to the guy who can bust it.
And don't forget about the rats, because they have not forgotten about you.
All right, let's check in with Dan down on the floor. Dan, buddy, pal of mine, any thoughts on who's going to take this one?
Amit, Flexi Flyer has a real advantage in this event. Thanks to his articulated geometry, he'll go sailing over the speed bump, which posed a lot of problems for competitors last season. Tack, Attack, Attack employs a similar idea with his rear wheel configuration, but he doesn't have the flexibility of Flexi Flyer, so he may have trouble getting past the speed bumps. Back to you.
Dan Danknick, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to find out who will be facing Scarab in the fight to the finish. Will it be Tack, Attack, Attack and Don Gibson, or Mike Konchak and Flexi Flyer? You know what that sound means? It's feeding time. The Labyrinth. Let's get it on.
Robots ready.
Turntable is moving, and it is Flexi Flyer first out. Looks like he's going for the bridge. Very easy going here. Doesn't want to fall off the edge. And he's having trouble breaking the glass.
Amit, that chromoly rod isn't as strong as he thought. If he can't get some power behind it, he's in trouble here.
Ah, now it's working. 20 points for Flexi Flyer. And he's safely back across.
And there we see those ground clearance issues for Tack Attack Attack. The square speed bumps have him hung up. Doug's working those controls hard, but it's not getting him anywhere.
Flexi Flyer's going for the spikes now. Oh, stabbed right in the gut. And Flexi Flyer's through. 15 points, 2 obstacles down.
Too much power that time, Amit. He's stuck in the rail.
Now the rats have been released. Wreak havoc, my little mischievous robots. Attack 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 is hurting now. He's trying to use those forks to free himself. It's just not working. Come on, little man. You can do it. There he goes. And just in time, here come the rats. Flexi Flyer's in the clear. Where's he going next? Come on. Ah, Attack 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 being harassed by a rat at the turntable. Flexi Flyer shakes off his vermin. He may be heading for the rollers.
He's driving backwards this time, Amit. He doesn't want to get stuck again.
He's a chicken. Almost over the rail there. You see that, Dan? That's sweet. There it is. 25 more points for the Flyer. Look at that angle. Nice. Nice. Right through the wrecking balls. And now we're getting some rodent rage. Flexi is mixing it up. He's pushing that rat around. He does not like that rat. Attack 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 still with no points on the board. He's got to make a move now. Flexi Flyer treats that box like he treated the rats. This is turning into a clean sweep. Dang.
Attack 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 has not recovered from his earlier problems. He may have messed up his steering.
15 more points from Flexi Flyer. 2 obstacles left in the labyrinth. And here he goes. Attack 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 finally on the board. Nicely done. Oh, tragedy in the mix. He got tossed on his head. He doesn't have a riding mechanism. It's over for him. Flexi Flyer, the sandpit is his only obstacle left, and he is going for it. Oh, the humanity. The rats are picking up the bones from the dead carcass.
Amit, Flexi Flyer can take his time now. There's no need to lose control.
Oh, now he's hitting his opponent, picking on a man while he's down. First the rats, now Flexi Flyer. Okay, he's heading for the obstacle. 25 points for the taking, and there it is. And he's handling the sand beautifully. Again, Flexi goes after his opponent. What is this about, Dan?
Amit, it looks like he's trying to help him.
Ah, I see. Back up the flip ramp, perhaps. I misjudged our little Flexi friend. Here they go. There they go. And, oh, it backfires on Flexi Flyer. He gets the flip instead.
Not a problem, Amit. As you can see, he is bimodal, and he can finish the course upside down.
Well done, Flexi Flyer. He's going for the gates. He's going to end the game.
Amit, he's having trouble driving right now because when he's upside down, the controls are backwards.
Yeah, look at that. The rats are giving him a little pokey poke. The Flexi Flyer just takes the bonus pain. Nicely done. Yes. Flexi doing a little victory dance, saying hello to his fans. Beautiful. And Flexi Flyer is moving on to the fight to the finish. The scores are Flexi Flyer with 130 points over Attack 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 with 20.
Flexi Flyer again shows some control problems. He can't make that mistake in the fight to the finish. Fortunately for him, Attack 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 got knocked out of the race, and Flexi Flyer was able to clean up.
Let's go down to Tanya, who's standing by with the winners.
Hey everyone, here we have Mike Konchak and his team representing Flexi Flyer. Great round of competition. Now you guys, as soon as the gates opened, you took right off. Was that a part of your strategy going into this round?
Well, we had a set plan of which ones to go, depending on which side of the turnstile that we would come out on.
There was one point in which I thought that Flexi Flyer was having a hard time breaking the glass, but then you turned yourself around and you went right for it, and everything worked out fine.
You know, the striking rod is actually further from the front than it is from the rear, so I realized that it wasn't doing the job going forward, so I had to turn it around and hit it from behind.
What was the toughest obstacle in this course?
I think it's the flipping ramp, because my Canadian brothers got stuck on it, and then I even tried to push them up higher so they'd get flipped back so they could still get some more points. And
that isn't why you did that.
No, it's true.
Really?
It's true.
All right, Mike, you and your team in Flexi Flyer are on the way to the fight to the finish.
Woo,
yeah! I can't wait to see it.
There we have it. Scarab with a 205-40 victory over Fantastic. And Flexi Flyer beats Tack Attack 220-60. We've got a match for the fight to the finish. Stick around because these robots are about to lose their manners. Robotica. Coming up, Scarab and Flexi Flyer face off. One will go home a champion, the other an expensive paperweight. It's the fight to the finish when Robotica returns. Robotica hath returned. Huzzah for Robotica.
A false flip of the tail kept the score close between Fantastic and Scarab in the gauntlet, but it was a furious flip of the ramp that took the Shark out of the running altogether.
The odds were against Tack Attack after a rough run in the gauntlet, and he also ended up on his back after meeting the furious flip ramp. From 4 mighty robots to the 2 strongest of the bunch, it's time to separate the cream from the rest of the crop. And to do that, we'll put them on our fight to the finish platform and let them battle it out. Here's how it works. 2 robots enter this elevated platform high above razor-sharp spikes and blazing torches. Then they'll battle it out for 1 minute. After that, the safety gates fall down, and one bot barrels over the side while the other one barrels into the finals. This is it, the big one. Play dirty, fellas. Robotica. Mike Konchak and Martin Carlson and their teams are up in the skybox, ready for what promises to be a most brutal fight to the finish. Months and months of hard work, and it all comes down to this. Scarab makes his way into the arena. His speed controller's not an issue, but we'll see if his battered frame can hold up against Flexi Flyer. And here comes Flexi Flyer. He's locked the 2 halves of his chassis together, and now he's going to be one tough bot to beat. And take a look at the 2 front wedges he's got. He's going to be trying to use those to get under Scarab and take him for a ride. Robots, go to your separate corners.
Robots ready.
Flexi Flyer making the first move, and Scarab dodges the blow. He's playing a little bit of keep away here. Flexi Flyer's trying to line up those wedges. And Scarab takes a hard hit. Flexi having a difficult time keeping track of him. And Scarab gets behind Flexi. He lifts him up, and Flexi Flyer pulls away. Another charge, and Scarab, yes! Scarab's not moving now. Oh, this is good. And Flexi's got him. Oh, a piece of the rail goes flying there. Flexi Flyer drives Scarab into the corner. It looks like Scarab's stuck on those wedges. And now he's on his side. This match is all Flexi. He's trying to push Scarab over the rail. So close. Come on. Oh. One more big hit. Oh, and it cost him. Scarab's regained his wheels. But Scarab's not moving. Those controllers may be an issue after all. Here comes Flexi Flyer pushing him on his side again. In the corner. And then there's the gate, and it is over. Scarab is done for. Goodbye, Scarab. Mike Konchak has done it, baby. An epic struggle. Robotica has chosen her champion. Flexi Flyer will advance to the finals. A hearty congratulations from Martin Kelson and the Scarab team. They fought a great fight, but Flexi proves to be the better bot today. Yeah.
You're being awarded Robotica medal. Great job.
Mike Konchak displayed some amazing control that he lacked in earlier rounds, but it was the wedges that made the difference. With Scarab on his side, there was no stopping Flexi Flyer. Amit?
I'm here with Mike Konchak and Team Robot Dojo. Now, Mike, that was incredible driving. All I got to say is, what's the deal with the secret weapon?
Everybody at the dojo calls it a cow catcher, and it's the wedge. Well, we needed a wedge to get under the opponents, and I don't know if you noticed, we changed the wheels.
So you changed the tires, and then the cow catcher, like the name, that really did help. I mean, it flipped it flipped Scarab on his back, and I was rooting for you guys, and you crashed into him again, and then he righted himself, and I cried tears of pain.
Oh, poor baby.
What were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking there wasn't time enough to do this right. You're just kind of bouncing off each other, and teams, the Scarab guys, they did a wonderful job. They're just a great bot, and we were perfectly evenly matched.
You backed up, you seemed to knew how to maneuver, and when you finally flipped him over again and the walls went down, you pushed him to his doom. What was your strategy?
Well, I guess the strategy was with my partner's help. He was controlling the weapon, and it was to get underneath him, get the lifting arm to push him over the rest of the way. And we were actually hoping, if we had the time, to actually get him over the fence before the fence fell down.
Congratulations, you guys. I'll see you at the finals. You guys are bad to the bone. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, next we meet 4 more robots. We'll duke it out for a chance at Robotica glory. Who will win? Who will get wasted? We'll just have to wait and find out. Yeah. For Tanya Memmy, Dan Danknick, and myself, goodbye, my little Robotica babies, wherever you are.